Hey, hey. Told you I was going to be doing a video like this soon, so. Hold on, let me try to get some other people in here real quick. Want to get my cousin in here too. Now I figured now was a good time to do this. I'll wait for some other people to get in here for a moment. But then we'll start this. I just got like everything that came out this year. Like this is literally the entire year, all the way up to December. And what I'll probably do is I will probably do like I'll click on like each one obviously. Hold on, let me go back. Yeah, see, I'll just do that. That's how we'll do it. Now, obviously, I haven't seen every single movie here because I don't have that much time on my hands. But I've seen quite a bit. And actually, what I could do too. Hold on. Is we'll go on my letterbox too. Everything that I've watched this year, I have all. Technically, I have them all right here, but I think we might switch things around a bit. Also, I could just do a whole new list, but now most of these I don't think I have played or not played, seen because I've only seen like the big ones. But I will say I haven't seen Sonic yet. I haven't seen Craven, and I haven't seen Wicked. And I probably won't have time to watch those three by the end of the year, unfortunately. Plus, I've heard Craven is ass anyway. So, God, there is a huge amount of movies here. God damn. I don't think I watched anything in January. I was gonna watch Night Swim, but I just never got around to it. I don't know what any of these are. Beekeeper. Oh, that's the one with the Jason Statham. I don't. I think I saw parts of it when it was streaming, but I didn't really care for it. Mean Girls. I didn't watch Mean Girls this year on Paramount. I actually thought that came out a lot later in the year. Guess not. I don't think I saw that. cult killer, whatever the hell that is. January never really didn't really have anything good. February, I don't remember if I watched Argyle. I wanted to, but I just again never got around to it. Plus, I heard it wasn't really the best anyway, so I didn't watch that. I don't think I watched anything in February. Never got around to Bob Marley. Ah, here we go. Madam Web. Oh, The Thorn in My Side. Worst movie of the year, by far. Worst movie of the year. Hold on. We'll even go here, so I can show you guys. Right here. Worst movie of the freaking year. Horrible movie. Horrible, horrible movie. I fucking hate this movie with a passion. With a passion. You guys have no idea how much I hate this film. This movie had nothing in it. Nothing at all. It had nothing. Look, I didn't even give it a rating. I didn't even give this movie a rating. Literally, straight up, worst movie of the year. Not only is it the worst movie of the year, it is the worst Marvel film of the year. I'm not even joking. Worst Marvel film of all time. There's an actual scene in this fucking movie where they're teasing Peter Parker, right? They're teasing Spider-Man, little baby Peter Parker, right? And right before his mother says his name, they do this stupid ass cut in the film where a balloon pops. And Madam Web's powers is she can like see into I think the future or something. I think that's the gist of it anyway. And right before Peter Parker's mother says his name, the balloon pops, and the way that it's edited, it like skips back a bit, but like we never hear Peter Parker's name. It is the worst thing ever. Oh, I hated this movie. I hated this movie with passion. I really did. The only slightly redeeming quality that it had, and I can't even say that it redeemed it because it didn't do shit, but the only thing that I slightly liked, slightly, was Adam Scott as Uncle Ben. He was the only good thing about this movie, was Adam Scott. And which isn't saying much because he wasn't really the best, but he was at least serviceable as Uncle Ben. But no, Madam Web, worst movie of the year, worst Marvel film ever, one of, anyway. Shit, whatever. Heck, we might do a stream, or shit, I might do it tonight. We might rank the worst movies ever. Just saying. So Madam Web was the first ass movie of the year. Off to a really good start. I think after Madam Web we had what did we have next? Dune Part 2. I really, really enjoyed Dune Part 2. I did. As someone who doesn't who I don't love the first one, but granted I have to give it credit that it was overall just part 1 obviously. Um but when part 2 came out, I watched it on HBO. I couldn't watch it in theaters because it was when I was in the hospital and everything. But when I watched it on HBO Max, I thought it was great. I thought it was really good. Uh, I think I have it in my top 10. Yep, top 5 actually. So Dune, I had in top 5. I thought it was really good. I really, really enjoyed it. I haven't watched Dune Prophecy yet, but I'll get to it soon before Part 3 comes out. I think Dune Part 3 comes out. Hold on. Oh, Messiah, that's what it's called. Yeah, I think this comes out. What, 2026 is what it's saying? So yeah, that's hype. Dune Part 2 was the first good movie of the year so far. Inside Out 2 cringe. Inside Out 2 wasn't cringe. You know what is cringe though? Megamind. I didn't watch this movie, but when I watched the trailer for it, oh my god. This I should have watched it just to see how bad it was. But not only did it look stupid, but the animation was so cheap. Oh, it was like a crime. Not to mention they didn't get back any of the actors. Will Ferrell, I don't think they got Will Ferrell back. I don't think they didn't get anybody back. This is hardly a sequel to the first Megamind movie. So I didn't watch it, so I can't say, like, I can't rank it, but after what I watched from the trailer and after everything I read, I was not touching this movie. Godzilla Kong New Empire was pretty good. We'll get to that. We will get to that. And yes, I do agree that I thought it was pretty good too. Um, I didn't watch Kung Fu Panda 4, unfortunately. I heard it wasn't the best, which kind of disappoints me. And I guess the returning villains didn't really do anything other than Tai Lung. Because the whole appeal to this movie was they were bringing back uh, the Peacock and whoever. What's the villain's name from the third movie? I forget his name, but I think he's in it. Also, Tai Lung is obviously back in it, but I didn't get around to watch it, unfortunately. I heard it was okay, not the best, not the worst, unfortunately, but kind of mid. Is what I've heard. I didn't watch Imaginary. Uh, that's not. Did I watch this? No, I did not. Okay, I didn't watch Prey. I didn't watch Late Night with the Devil. Dude, you're on a computer. Look it up if you don't know. Well, okay, fine. I know he's voiced by J.K. Simmons. General Kai. Okay, yeah, I know he's in it too. But I didn't watch Late Night with the Devil. I guess I could have watched that during my. Wait, it says this is a 2023 horror film. Huh? Okay. I also didn't watch Ghostbusters, surprisingly. I surprisingly did not watch Ghostbusters. I kept putting it off and off and off, and I just never got around to it, unfortunately. I wanted to, but other movies got in the way, unfortunately. I will watch it soon. Plus, aren't they making another movie? Anyway, I think they are. Godzilla and Kong. I think for a little while this was my favorite movie of the year so far. This was a really good campy movie. Really leaned into the more fantastical side of Godzilla and his world. I think probably my favorite part of the movie was when Kong used uh, Baby Kong as like a weapon. I thought that was cute. I watched the Ghostbusters movie, kind of thought it was alright, definitely could have been better. And see, that's kind of why I didn't watch it. I mean, I wanted to, but it just it looked okay. Like it was cute that they brought back the old actors. I thought that was cute and all, but it it wasn't interesting enough for me to jump at the gun of to watch it, you know. But yeah, I'll watch it eventually though. But Godzilla and Kong, I had at number 6. I thought it was a really good movie. I was really happy with this. I was so happy when Mothra came back too, which I kind of figured she would come back. But I thought it was really good. Plus they had a couple of really good needle droppers. Kiss and I think Twilight Zone was in it too. Don't forget about the part in Godzilla when Kong absolutely domed that one monkey by throwing a rock at him. Oh yeah, that was so funny. I did see some people complain how Godzilla and Kong was more of a King Kong movie, and I mean, I see why some people wouldn't love that, but you have to figure too. This wasn't the only Godzilla movie that came out within the past year. There's literally, I'm pretty sure, like a few months before this. No, okay, literally, yeah, a few months before this, Godzilla Minus One came out. So it's not like Godzilla fans were dying. So I can excuse the small lack of Godzilla in Godzilla and Kong because I really liked the story that they took Kong on. I really did. And how he basically became King Kong by the end. Kind of funny how he had to earn his name, his his title, but oh well. But no, Godzilla and Kong I thought was really good. Uh, I had it number 6, I think. Yeah, right here. So Godzilla and Kong, good movie, loved it. What's next? I didn't watch the first Omen. I did, however, watch Monkey Man, and this might be controversial, but I didn't really care for this movie, like at all. Godzilla kind of has more movies than Kong in the past 10 years. Godzilla has had 6 movies, and Kong has had 3. That's what I'm saying. Godzilla fans are not starving. So the lack of him in Godzilla and Kong, it's fine. Godzilla had his moments. He literally had a whole power up moment in the end when he went full purple. So it didn't bother me. Plus, like I said, I really enjoyed Kong's story. I thought it was really good. But the next movie is Monkey Man. This was this was interesting. I didn't hate it by any means. I didn't hate it. However, I didn't really love it. I think I had it, what, 3.5, 3 stars? The action was good. The action was pretty good. But overall, I didn't really, I couldn't really connect with it. Because they were making this out to be like the John Wick of, but like the John Wick, but Indian or whatever. But I didn't really like it. It was okay. The action I thought was pretty good at some parts, but I just didn't really love it. I mean, that's just me, but I mean, yeah, I gave it 3.5 stars, whatever. Most people gave it a 4 out of 5. It was okay, but I had to put it in 19. Had to put it there. What's next? What's next? Let's see, we got through Monkey Man. I don't even know. The People's Joker? What the fuck? The People's Joker is a 2022 American parody superhero film. Okay, I thought it was a porno for a second. Civil War. This is this is also a movie that I didn't really like. I get what I understand what kind of movie it was and everything, but it was basically just Kirsten Dunst playing what a reporter on a post-apocalyptic civil war where I think it was like California and Texas were like uh separated from the US and shit. I mean, it was okay, but I actually put out 21. It was okay. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I mean, I thought Kirsten Dunst was pretty okay. I thought she was fine, but it was okay. It was okay. So I had a 21. So we got through Civil War. Let's see, where are we? Where are we? We're in April. Okay. I don't think there was anything else in April that I watched, to be honest. We're in May now. Now, the Fall Guy. The Fall Guy. So, I'm not going to spoil what my number one movie was, even though it's not going to be that hard to guess. But before that movie came out, The Fall Guy was my favorite movie of the year. Like I absolutely loved this movie to death. Not just because of Ryan Gosling, and not just because that they had a Taylor Swift song in the movie, but this movie was just fucking great. This was hilarious. The cast was surprisingly kind of stacked. It had Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt, Jason Momoa made a cameo in the end. Aaron Taylor Johnson's in it. Winston Duke is in it. It was a pretty good cast. Not to mention the music in this movie. So the movie didn't really make a whole lot. It only made 181 million on like a budget of 150 million. But I think I know why this movie didn't make a bunch of money was because they blew their budget on the music. Because they had Taylor Swift, they had Kiss, they had freaking Youngblood in here. They had, I think Thunderstruck was in it for a moment too, AC/DC. Like they freaking blew the budget on the music. And I have to say, I'm kind of happy they did. But the soundtrack was a banger. The comedy was so good. Of course, Ryan Gosling, any movie he's in, I'm gonna watch it. I love Ryan Gosling. Him and Emily Blunt had great chemistry together. I loved their little love story. It was cute. I love the whole premise of just the fall guy in like every movie ends up, being the most important guy and everything. Plus, it's directed by one of my favorite action movie directors, David Lynch, who made Deadpool 2 and had a big hand in John Wick. So, David Lynch, of course, made another banger. But overall, The Fall Guy made it in my top 4. Gave it 5 stars. I love this movie to death. I think I've seen it like 3 times this year already. I loved it. I loved it so much. I highly recommend watching it. It is so good. Now this is technically a a remake of an old TV show back in I think the 80s. Hold on. Either 70s or 80s. Yeah, okay. 1981 to 1986. So it is a remake, but I feel like most people wouldn't really know that unless if you were told. But the movie's not perfect, obviously. Aaron Taylor Johnson does play a very weird villain that just wants his fall guy out of the picture, basically, because Aaron Taylor Johnson, he basically plays a Tom Cruise-esque character. I think his name was Tom Ryder. I think that was his name. And he basically just wants the spotlight. That's pretty much his premise. But I loved it. Definitely one of my favorite movies of the year. I highly recommend that everyone watches it. I think you'll love it. Another great movie in May. May was May was really the start of good movies. But the one movie that beat The Fall Guy was Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Now, some of you guys may not know this, but I am a huge, huge fan of the Matt Reeves, well, not just Matt Reeves, but the 2010s Planet of the Apes trilogy that we got with War of the Planet of the Apes, and then, well, no, it was Rise, Dawn, and War of the Planet of the Apes. I love those movies to death. They are fantastic. I grew up with them. Uh, I thought War was pretty good. Dawn was great. And then, of course, Rise of Planet of the Apes with freaking James Franco. So when I heard that they were making a new movie, uh, I was really, really happy, but I was also very concerned because this was after Disney bought Fox. So a lot of people, including myself, didn't know just how well they would handle the IP. And I have to say, they did a banger of a job with the movie. I absolutely loved it. I loved uh, the new the new ape that we have, Noah. I thought he was pretty well. He's not quite yet a uh I don't think he's up there with Caesar yet, but I do think if they make his character right, then he could be. And one thing that I really loved about this was they did pay homage to Caesar in the old ape roster or ape team because the movie starts off with the funeral of Caesar, and we even see like Maurice and all the old other apes. It was such a cute opening. I loved it. And this movie I think takes place um I think like 200, 300 years or so after War of the Planet of the Apes. So time has passed. And Caesar is basically like Jesus at this point. He's like God. Like they worship him and everything. And it is a pretty great movie. I loved what they did with the story. I even enjoyed the human character surprisingly, although they were so close at ruining her character because I thought they were going to make a very weird decision with her towards the end, but I'm so glad that they didn't. But they almost did, and I was going to be so pissed. And the villain, that I really love the villain, Proximus. Of course, that meme floating around earlier this year. What a wonderful day. That's one big reason why. But Proximus, I do think is a really good was a good villain. I don't like how he went out though. He kind of just died to Hawks. I was like, okay, really? So he kind of had a underwhelming death. Well, I use death loosely because we don't really see his body, although he kind of did, uh, like get swept away by Hawks and then got dropped like almost like like hundreds of feet in the air and landed in water. So I'm pretty sure he's dead, but you never know these days with movies. But overall, love this movie. It's my top three. Surprisingly, I loved it to death. I thought it was a great movie. 5 out of 5. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. I didn't watch Strangers Chapter 1. I heard that it was not good. Uh, which kind of sucks because I liked the first one. But I guess they just remade the first one, but just called it Chapter 1. So, I didn't bother watching it. I didn't watch the Garfield movie either. I just didn't get around to it, unfortunately. Furiosa. I did watch this one. Oh, wait, shit. Furiosa. I did watch this. And I'll be honest, didn't love it. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was okay. It was alright. I've never been the biggest Mad Max fan anyway. I really enjoyed Fury Road though. But I just always thought it was weird how they were making a spinoff for Furiosa. Anya Taylor-Joy I thought was really good. Chris Hemsworth, he plays a very goofy villain. The action is pretty good, I will say, but it kind of overrated in my opinion. It was okay. I liked it. I didn't love it like a lot of people did, but by no means did I hate it. It was fine. No harm. It was fine. Mad Max even makes a small cameo, like just like out of nowhere. It's literally a throwaway scene. It's not even. I don't think it's even Tom Hardy, but he's just there with his car. Although I will say, I did like this. Watch this movie before you watch Fury Road, and then after you watch Furiosa, watch Fury Road right after, because this movie kind of recontextualizes the story for Fury Road, and in a way it kind of makes the Fury Road movie more of a Furiosa, like part two. Like this movie kind of made that Furiosa, or not Furiosa, Fury Road. This movie made that movie more of a Furiosa story than it did a Mad Max movie. Which I have to say, I like how they kind of tied that together. I thought that was pretty cool. But I don't know. I I just have never been the biggest Furiosa fan or Mad Max fan, so it was okay. I know this is gonna be very, very uh, controversial, but I had it at number 13. It was fine. No harm, no foul. 3.5 out of 5. It was fine. Now, I did just realize that I accidentally skipped a movie. I didn't realize I did. If I can find it. Where is it? I just saw it. Yeah, okay, I didn't miss a movie, never mind. Hitman. This was that Glenn Powell movie on Netflix. I liked it. It was fun. It was funny. Basically, Glenn Powell plays different uh hitmen and stuff, and I think his girlfriend or wife, whatever, is or was like trying to get a hit on her ex or something. I don't remember much about this movie. I don't know why it says it was a 2023 movie because it came out this year. It came out this year. So I don't know why it says 2023. Okay, so we can ignore that. But it was fine. It was okay. Didn't love it. I thought Glenn Powell was pretty funny though. But I had it at number 14. It was fine. It was fine. All right, what's next? I think we're in June now, right? Yep, June. Um, Bad Boys. Bad Boys Ride or Die. Now, I actually saw this with a few of my buddies. We enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. I've always liked the old Bad Boys movies. Bad Boys for Life, I thought was pretty good, the one that came out a few years ago. I will say though, off rip, why did they name Bad Boys 3 Bad Boys for Life and not the fourth one? There was a completely missed opportunity there to make Bad Boys for Life the fourth movie. They could have made Ride or Die the third one, but that's just me. But I liked it. I enjoyed it. I I thought it was pretty funny. There were a couple of parts where I thought were kind of weird. Like that part where Marcus is like having an LSD trip. Trick, Tramp, whatever, Trip. So that was weird. It was funny to see Reggie again. Reggie actually had a nice little moment in the movie. I thought was kind of cute. Uh, Overall, I liked it. Just it was just a fun movie. I think I have it at number 16 though, just because there were other movies that came out that I liked this year. But again, not a bad movie. It's not something that I think you need to watch immediately, but if you see it on streaming, whatever, if you're bored, give it a watch. I liked it, like I said. So, good movie. Approve. So that was a number 16. Up next we have let's see what's next. Didn't watch The Watchers. Inside Out 2. That was the next one that I watched. And I liked it. I actually really liked it a lot. I didn't like it as much as the first one. As a friend of mine, she was swearing up and down that this one was a lot better. I don't think it is, but it's a cute movie. I liked it. Uh, can't really go wrong with Inside Out. I thought it had a nice message about anxiety and everything. So, I liked it. I actually forget what I gave it a rating. Yeah, 4 out of 5. Yeah, it was pretty good. I liked it. 4 out of 5 stars. It was pretty good. I liked it. It had a nice, cute message. Everything. So, number 11. I don't have much to say about it. I don't. It was fine. It was good. I liked it. The Exorcism. Oh wait. Oh, this came out this year. Didn't watch it. Wasn't Russell Crowe in another Exorcist movie like last year? Like the Pope's Exorcist? Hey, Russell, get that money, boy. Get that money. Unfortunately, and I hate myself for not watching it, I didn't watch A Quiet Place Day One, and I hate myself for it. I'll watch it eventually, but I really wanted to watch it, but I don't have Paramount Plus, and I'm not buying another freaking subscription. I'm not. But unfortunately, I didn't see it. I've heard it's really good. I really wanted to watch it, but just I didn't get the time, unfortunately. All right, July. Didn't watch Despicable Me 4. I heard it was good though. Heard it was good. I just didn't watch it. Didn't watch Maxine. I think we are about to hit my movie of the year though, because we're in July now. Um, I didn't really watch any of these. You know what I did watch though? Movie of the fucking year. So it's no secret. This is my movie of the year. Deadpool and Wolverine. Do I even have to explain why this is my movie of the year? Like, at all? Come on. Come on. I won't go on a 20-minute tangent about the movie, but I fucking love this movie to death. Everything about this movie is perfection. I have been so ever since I saw the first Deadpool movie back when I was like 12 when it came out in 2016. It was my first rated R movie that I ever saw. I didn't see it in theaters, but my dad, we found it on like some website and he let me watch it. because he wanted to watch it too. So my mother wasn't too keen on it, but we kind of outnumbered her. But when I first watched the first Deadpool movie, I fell in love. I was in love with Deadpool. I was already a big Marvel fan, and I was just getting into the X-Men side of things, but I loved this movie to death. And one thing I always wanted was a good crossover movie. Because don't forget, Deadpool was in X-Men Origins Wolverine in 2009, but they completely, completely screwed him over, and they made Wade Wilson into this monstrosity of a character. So up until this point, this was the only time that we saw Deadpool and Wolverine together, and it was a travesty. Well, I really thought you absolutely hated that movie to the point you wanted to kill yourself. Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, sure. Okay. No, no. This movie was great. So anyway, long story short, I've always wanted to see Deadpool and Wolverine together. I've always wanted to see Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman together in a good crossover movie. And boy, oh boy, did this movie deliver. This movie made me feel things about a movie that I haven't felt in years. Probably since probably since Spider-Man No Way Home, which was a few years ago, or since Avengers Endgame. But the I can't even put into words how much I love this movie to death. From the NSYNC intro, which was one of the best things I've ever seen in a Marvel movie. From that to the amount of cameos from Henry Cavill to Chris Evans coming back as Johnny Storm, which I want to give credit. I want to take credit because I freaking said that if Chris Evans was going to be in this movie, that he was going to be Johnny Storm. And when he said "Flame On," oh my God, brother! Even one of my closest friends, who that is not a huge Marvel fan, who rarely watches them, even he loved this movie, which was shocking. So this movie did something right. But from Chris Evans returning as Human Torch after the whole cop out of Captain America, I thought that was fucking hilarious. To the shocker, the shocker that was the return of arguably the character that saved Marvel back in 1999. Blade. You're hopping off? Alright, good night, man. I'll talk to you tomorrow. But Blade, probably the biggest shocker ever, in my opinion. Just, if you know anything about the behind the scenes between Wesley Snipes and Ryan Reynolds, for the longest time we all thought that they hated each other after Blade Trinity, because Ryan Reynolds, he was in Blade 3 back in I think 2006, but for the longest time it was said that they just did not get along and everything. So you know, the last thing anybody expected was freaking Wesley Snipes returning as Blade in a Deadpool movie. But when he showed up in the scene where, Electra was in it and everything, when he shows up, oh my god. I've never been so shocked by a cameo. Well, it's not even a cameo because he actually does serve a role. So, like the only actual two cameos that were in the movie was Chris Evans as Human Torch and Henry Cavill as Wolverine, which was a pretty cool cameo too. But God, it was insane. I remember when he showed up, me and my other friend, we fucking we fucking lit up. We were like, what the fuck? How? How? So it was great to see him. I loved it. Of course, you gotta mention uh you also gotta talk about Gambit, Channing Tatum. He finally made a name for himself after so long. After not getting his own Gambit movie for so long, Marvel finally gave him the role. I hope I hope he returns somewhere down the line in Marvel again. I doubt it. I doubt they'll do this, but I would love it if Marvel greenlit the old Gambit movie. I would love it if they did. Make it rated R. Heck, give it to David Leitch or something. You know, have Channing Tatum in it. Hell, even throw Deadpool in it as a side character. Like this movie made me want that Gambit movie more. I I can go on forever about this movie. Um, Obviously my favorite part was Deadpool and Wolverine interacting. I Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, they are movie soulmates. I love them together. Surely they come back. I think they will come back soon, either in Doomsday or Secret Wars. It was cool to see the other Deadpool variants like Lady Deadpool, uh, Headpool, um, Cowboy Deadpool, Kidpool. Actually, fun fact: the Cowboy Deadpool is actually voiced by Matthew McConaughey, which I thought was so cool. Matthew McConaughey voices Cowboy Deadpool. Blake Lively voices Lady Deadpool. Not Taylor Swift, unfortunately. Dogpool, obviously. Nicepool was so funny. I knew immediately that he was gonna die due to Deadpool, but and of course the needle droppers. You gotta mention the music. You gotta mention the music. NSYNC's Bye Bye Bye, arguably one of the best, uh, one of the best intros to a movie ever. Absolutely loved it to death. Madonna's Like a Prayer, and that kick-ass battle scene with the Deadpool variants. Oh, I love that shit. It was so much like a comic book come to life. It was so good. The Easter eggs were great. The Goo Goo Dolls. Uh, when Deadpool goes, "He has risen, baby girl," and Iris starts playing in the background. Fucking loved it. But enough rambling. Deadpool and Wolverine, of course, takes up my number one spot. I knew after seeing this movie that no, except for possibly one other movie that came out this year, no other movie was touching Deadpool and Wolverine. No other movie was touching it. I've seen this movie like 4 times already this year. But this is my favorite movie of the year. Loved it to death. Next up, we have Trap. Um, I liked it. Overall, I liked it. It was a it was a there's a point in the movie that kind of takes a weird turn because if you don't know, M. Night Shyamalan's daughter is in this movie, and she kind of plays a sizable role, oddly enough, which I can't I can't complain about it. If I was M. Night, I would have put my family member in it too in the movie, but it kind of does the derail the movie kind of bit for me. But the premise is basically that uh, Josh Hartnett's character, he's a he's a huge criminal, huge bad guy, and he takes his daughter out to a concert, and basically the whole thing is a setup. The whole thing is a trap, hence the movie name. Um, and overall, the movie's fine. The movie is fine. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good, pretty okay. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. I thought it was cool. Thought it was pretty good. It was kind of funny at some parts too. I won't lie. It was kind of funny. Um, I ain't got much more to say about this movie. I liked it. It's not something that you had to immediately go out and see. I think it's on HBO Max though, so excuse me. But overall, I liked it. Pretty fun. Pretty fun movie. I didn't watch that new SpongeBob movie. I didn't even know that that was out. If I'm being honest. I didn't watch It Ends With Us. Didn't see that movie. I didn't watch Borderlands. I heard that was the worst movie ever of this year. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch Watchmen Chapter 1. Alien Romulus, I actually just watched recently, like a month ago. And I have to say, I really enjoyed this one. I really liked it. Romulus. My cousin said that he didn't really like it, but he I don't think he didn't like how it wasn't really that scary, which I will admit, if you're hoping for a good horror movie, this may not be the best movie to watch because it's not really that scary. It's definitely more which sci-fi action, which I do think the Alien franchise has derailed from the horror genre. Like it's still obviously a horror film, but it isn't really that scary. The only scary part, horror-esque part, is towards the end, and where they kind of do something which I was really happy about. They kind of connect this movie to Prometheus and Alien Covenant in terms of like the story that was being told in those two movies. So I was really surprised that they kind of brought that into this movie, which I was really happy they did. So hopefully that means that Ridley Scott is going to get to um, finish out his story that he started over 10 years ago. Um, but Alien Romulus, I think, just like with that Predator movie that came out a couple years ago, Prey, I think so. I think Disney has done a good job with the Fox IPs. They did a good job with Prey. They did a really good job with Planet of the Apes, and they did a really good job with Alien Romulus. So and obviously with Deadpool. So Disney they've done a really good job with Fox and their IPs, which I'm really pleased with. So Alien Romulus I think reached number 7. Yes, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. I was really happy with it. So Romulus gets the number 7 spot. What's next? See, so we are in August. I didn't watch The Crow. I really wanted to. I just didn't get around to it. I heard it wasn't that great, unfortunately. Anyway, oh well. I thought that was a different movie. Well, let's see. Oh, that's that Dennis Quaid Ronald Reagan movie. Next up is Beetlejuice. I watched this with my other cousin. We liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. Beetlejuice 2. I will say, there were a couple of parts that were kind of rushed. There were a couple of plot lines that they kind of just like introduced and then swept away immediately. Like I wasn't a big like okay, so there's a small plot point involving Jenna Ortega, um, and her boyfriend, uh, and the boyfriend he's not a good guy. So I kind of thought that okay, he was gonna be a pretty big villain, but he dies in like 20 minutes later, halfway through the movie, and they kind of rush the reunion between um, Astrid's father and all that. So yeah, so yeah, there are just a couple of plot points that were kind of rushed, but I wasn't really watching it for that. I was watching it mainly for Michael Keaton and Winona Ryder, and they did great. Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice, you can't go wrong with. I love Michael Keaton. I love Beetlejuice. Basically, the whole thing involving Beetlejuice is his dead wife is coming back to try to kill him or something. It was cute, and of course Beetlejuice still has his obsession with Lydia, and they kind of they have a wedding, which is a pretty nice scene, pretty funny scene. Willem Dafoe's in it. I thought he was pretty funny in it. Jenna Ortega is in it. She was pretty good. But overall, pretty good movie. I had it at number 8. Had a 4 out of 5 stars. But I really enjoyed it though. Really liked it. Excuse me. So Beetlejuice. We just got that done. Speak No Evil. I just watched this the other day actually. What the fuck was this movie? This was such a dumb movie. For many reasons. The characters are fucking stupid. First off. Everyone the family that's being hunted, right? Stupid people. I can't tell you how many times they could have gotten away from James McAvoy's character, but they just don't. There's literally a scene in the movie where they escape, right? They literally leave the house that they were staying in, but their fucking daughter leaves her stuffed animal there, and these dumbass people, instead of just buying her a new toy, they go back to the house where the killer is, and then they almost die. Brother, what? This was just a dumb movie. This was a dumb movie. I did not really like it. It was funny, but I think it was unintentionally funny. So, yeah. So I think I gave this, I put this number 18. I gave it 3 out of 5. The only thing that I did like that did redeem it for me a bit was James McAvoy. I thought he was a pretty good um I thought he was pretty good in the movie. But that's kind of it. Everything else, the story was kind of dumb. Literally everything was just dumb. So, yeah. Up next, we have the one movie that almost did beat Deadpool and Wolverine. Transformers 1. I absolutely love this movie to death as well. I think it is one of the best Transformer movies that we have had in a long time. Long time. I think since the whole reboot happened back in 2018, I haven't really loved this franchise. And if you know me in a very personal level, you will know that the Transformers franchise was basically my first love. Before Marvel, before DC, before Star Wars, it was all about Transformers. Ever since I saw the 2007 movie when I was younger, I was in love with this franchise. With the movies, with the shows, the toys, everything. And there was a long time where we went without a good Transformers movie. The last great movie we had was back in 2011, Dark of the Moon. Age of Extinction was okay. Nostalgia would probably tell me that it was good, but it wasn't good. It was entertaining, but it wasn't good. The Last Night back in 2017 was the first time where I actually said that I did not like this movie. Transformers The Last Night almost killed my love for the Transformers franchise. And then back in 2018 we had Bumblebee, which I like Bumblebee, but I do think most people love it just because of the first 5 minutes, which takes place on Cybertron, and that's when we get like a shit ton of fan servicey stuff with Optimus, Bumblebee, Ratchet, Brawn, RC, and then with the Decepticons we get accurate designs for Starscream, Shockwave, Soundwave, Ravage, Thundercracker, Skywarp. So, but I mean, Bumblebee was fun, was cute. It was a fine movie. And then we had Rise of the Beast that came out last year, 2023. And I have to say, I didn't really like that movie. I didn't like it. There's just something about it that just wasn't clicking with me, like at all. Plus, there's been this weird trend where they don't include Decepticons in their movies, and it's weird. Like weird. I don't get the obsession, but but that that's how my love for this franchise has been for a while, and so Transformers One had a lot of pressure. It had a lot of stuff riding on it. I was very concerned. I was very nervous for this movie for a long time. Was it gonna be too kid friendly? Was it gonna be very too lighthearted? What was it gonna deal with Prime and Megatron's relationship well enough? And I am proud to report that Transformers 1 is a fucking great movie. Please, for the love of God, watch this movie. Support it. Stream it. Buy the merchandise. Buy the toys. Buy the shirts. Buy anything to support this movie. We need a sequel to this movie. This is the first time in a long time where the Transformers franchise has hope. This is the first time that we, as a community, have hope for a great future for the Transformers franchise. This movie is everything that I have wanted in a Transformers movie. It's so long. Not only does it take place in Cybertron, not only do we get the origins of the Autobot and Decepticon war, we get one of the best interpretations of one of the best relationship dynamics between good guy and bad guy with Optimus Prime and Megatron. What they were able to tell in this movie made me care about these two characters again. It made me feel so bad when Megatron shot Optimus towards the end of the movie. This movie, without a shadow of a doubt, is the X-Men First Class of the Transformers franchise. This is one of the best animated movies I've seen in a long time, first off. And second off, it is a treat. I loved it. The marketing for this movie was horrible, because it made this movie look like it was going to be a kid-friendly kiddie movie with horrible jokes and everything. No, that is not what this movie was. The voice acting was great. Chris Hemsworth blows it away as Optimus. Brian Tyree Henry as Megatron, phenomenal work. He was great as Megatron. Scarlett Johansson was great as RC. Keegan-Michael Key, surprisingly, was pretty good as Bumblebee. And probably my favorite casting in this movie, and I didn't even know that he was voicing this character until I watched the movie and heard his voice. Steve Buscemi as fucking Starscream. I was so happy when I heard his voice, because for a long time I've been wanting Steve Buscemi in a Transformers movie. He was in Transformers Last Night, I think. He played Wreck-Gar, and he was completely wasted in that role. But when I heard his voice as Starscream, oh my god, brother, I was so happy. I was so happy. Starscream, Soundwave, and Shockwave were great. They even gave us like crumbs of Starscream and Megatron's uh more or less abusive friendship, relationship, whatever. They even gave an explanation as to why Starscream has that raspy voice, and it is so funny. But this movie was incredible. I'm actually kind of talking about it. I'm kind of surprised it doesn't beat Deadpool and Wolverine for me. It comes close though. It comes close. So number two, second best movie of the year was Transformers One. 5 out of 5 stars. 10 out of 10. This was, in all counts, a great movie. And let me just mention one more thing that sealed the deal for this movie was they brought back the same composer, Brian Tyler, who did the music for Transformers Prime, and he even composes a small section of the old Transformers Prime theme, and he puts it in this movie, and it is beautiful the way that it's used. It is beautiful. I cannot give this movie enough credit, enough praise. It is phenomenal. Please watch this movie. Please. Please. Watch this movie. Great movie. Alright, what's next? I didn't watch The Substance. I didn't really want to. I wasn't really. Well, I didn't really have much appeal to it. Didn't watch Wild Robot, although I heard it was very beautiful. Very great. A great movie. Great animated movie. I'll watch it soon, though. I didn't watch Saturday Night. That's that SNL biography, uh, biography movie. Didn't watch it. Megalopolis. I actually want to watch this movie. I really do. But because I heard it's like horrible. Well, it's fun bad apparently. But I didn't watch it. I don't think it wasn't even playing in my theater. I don't think. So I couldn't watch it anyway. All right, we're in October now. I just watched Joker 2 Folia deux literally last week. Um, I I'm gonna be honest, right? I'm gonna be honest here. If you ignore the musical parts, most of them, a couple of them pretty good, but if you ignore the musical parts in this movie, I don't think this is a horrible movie. I don't. It's not great. It's not great by any means. Oh shit, I forgot to plug Joker in. Huh, I guess I guess we'll do that real quick. I thought I added it. Did I not add it? No, I gave it 2 stars. I gave it 3. I thought I added it on here. I guess I didn't. Um, wait, how do I do this? How do I? Okay, edit. So I think we're gonna put Joker. Honestly, I'm gonna put it after Speak No Evil. It's it's not that bad of a movie. A lot of people were saying that this was bad. It's really not. The ending is weird. The ending is weird. I will say I didn't really like the ending, but I have to say Joker 2 was not a bad movie. Did it not? Joker 2 is not a bad movie. I will stand by that. Joker 2 is not a bad movie. I'm gonna put it at number 18. It's not that bad. Is it good? Is it great? No, it's not. Is it better than the first one? No. However, I do think a lot of people were too harsh on this movie. Plus, I think that um, I thought Lady Gaga was pretty good as Harley Quinn for the most part. I liked her as Harley. There is a weird choice at the end of the movie that they make with her and Joker that was weird. But other than that, Joker 2 was not bad. I don't know why people were dogging on this movie. It's not that bad. It's not. I thought it was fine. Hellboy, Crooked Man. I saw this. Well, okay, I didn't see the full thing, so I can't really rate it. Um, I watched like a little bit of it. It was okay. It's very cheap, very cheap, like very cheap. So if that bothers you, then you're not gonna like the CGI. Uh, I'll finish this eventually, but I mean I didn't hate it. I didn't watch Terrifier 3 yet. I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of afraid to because ooh, I've heard it is very disgusting. I've seen the first Terrifier. I haven't seen Terrifier 2, and I haven't seen Terrifier 3. The Apprentice, oh, that's that Sebastian Stan Donald Trump movie. Haven't seen that yet. Smile 2, I didn't see Smile 2 yet. I probably will watch it eventually. I haven't even seen the first one, I don't think. Venom: The Last Dance. I have a strange relationship with the Venom movies. I actually, unironically, I kind of love the first one. It's kind of a guilty pleasure for me. Um, Let There Be Carnage, Venom 2, I actually really enjoyed as well. I know most don't, but I liked it a lot. Um, Especially just Carnage. I thought Carnage was pretty good. Could have been better, but oh well. So I was actually really excited for Venom Last Dance, and a lot of people were saying that this was the best one in the trilogy. So I was really excited to watch it. So I watched it back in October, and if I'm being completely honest, I did not like this movie, which is so weird. But I didn't care for it. There is a there something very early on in the movie, like right when it begins, where if you guys remember, Venom was in the post credit scene of Spider-Man No Way Home, and he mentions how he wants to go and find Spider-Man. So we all kind of thought that Venom: The Last Dance was gonna be Venom looking for Spider-Man, right? Well, no, we were all completely wrong. Matter of fact, um, it felt like Venom the Last Dance had a completely different movie that involved Spider-Man, but somewhere during the production they just completely scrapped it and rewrote everything. Because this movie did feel like that there was a completely different movie that was trapped in this movie. That I just I didn't like it, which is weird. I just didn't like it. I love the first two Venom movies, but I don't like this one. And I was severely disappointed in it. Tom Hardy, you can't go wrong with Tom Hardy as Venom. He was great. Loved him as Eddie Brock as always. Um, on, trying to think. Hold on, my mind's blinking. Null, Null was kind of the main villain, even though he didn't really do shit in the movie, other than sitting down. His design was cool, and I was actually really shocked to find out that Null was the main villain, but he didn't really do anything. And the post-credit scene kind of teases that he does return, that he will return, but um, this Sony Spider-Man universe is kind of dead now after Kraven the Hunter, so I don't think we're going to see Null again. So yeah, that's kind of wasted. I will say the Venom, this movie did have the best third act out of the entire trilogy, and they actually did try to be somewhat emotional in the end, because this is the last movie, The Last Dance. So Venom and Eddie kind of do like sacrifice. Well, Venom sacrifices himself, and there is a cute little montage of Eddie and Venom from the past three movies. It's kind of cute. But other than that, though, I didn't really care for this movie, and that sucks. I hope we see Eddie and Venom return again somewhere down the line, whether it's in Secret Wars or in Spider-Man 4 or something. I hope that he does return. I do. I hope it's in a better movie. But yeah, Venom: The Last Dance was mid. It was mid. I got it at number 12. It was mid. It wasn't great. It wasn't horrible. It was just okay. Unfortunately, it could have been better. Could have been better. All right, what's next? I think we've got a couple more movies left. Red One. I just watched this movie last week. Literally last week, or a couple weeks ago, whatever. This is another movie that I don't think is bad. I don't think it's all that bad. A lot of people were dogging on this movie, saying that this is another not good Dwayne Johnson movie. And yes, I know that The Rock plays the same character over and over, and everything. But I mean, he is a draw. At least to me, he is. And I'm surprised it took him this long for J.K. Simmons to play Santa Claus. But overall, I thought Red One was pretty good. My favorite thing about this movie was Chris Evans. I absolutely loved Chris Evans in this movie. I thought he was hilarious. Um, I mean, I don't have a whole lot to say about this movie, but I mean, it's fun. I can definitely see me watching this movie every year for Christmas on my Christmas marathon. I I like it. I actually do like it. This is another movie that I don't think deserves all that hate. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'm actually gonna move this movie up a bit. I'm gonna move it past Hitman. It's not a bad movie. It is not bad at all. I think it's pretty good. Red One is It's not great, but it's not horrible. I like it. I like it a lot. I didn't watch Wicked. I really want to though. I really do want to watch it. I think it's gonna. I think it's good, or I think it looks good. So I want. I do want to try to watch it soon. I think it's gonna be available to rent soon, but I didn't get to it. I did get to Gladiator 2 though, and this was actually the last big movie I saw this year. Was Gladiator 2, and if I am being honest, I really enjoyed this movie. Gladiator 2 I thought was really good. The first Gladiator movie I love to death. I think it is a phenomenal, epic movie. Russell Crowe was, of course, great in the role of Maximus. And Gladiator 2 is a sequel, obviously, to the first one, and it is about Maximus's kid. And this this was good. This was a really good movie. It's not better than the first one. However, it it does a lot of cool things in this movie. Pedro Pascal, he's in it. He's great. Denzel Washington is probably my favorite thing about this movie. He plays a villain, and he's great. I thought Denzel was really cool in it. Joseph Quinn's in it, and Paul Mescal. I think that's it. Mescal. He plays Maximus's son, and I thought he was pretty good. Overall, I think this movie was really good. The action was great. The story was pretty good. There was a nice little homage to the first original movie with Russell Crowe. Overall, this was pretty good movie. Had it at number 9. Did we not talk about Twisters? I just realized that we didn't talk about Twisters. Hold on. Let's go back to May. May, right? I thought we talked about Twisters. I swear we did. Did we not? When did Twisters come out? Was it June or May? How the hell did I miss Twisters? That's a movie that I really enjoyed. I didn't watch Long Legs, by the way. I didn't watch Long Legs. Yeah, here's Twisters. Yeah, yeah. I really enjoyed Twisters. Twisters was I thought was pretty good. The soundtrack was my favorite part. I love the music. Glenn Powell was pretty good. Overall, good movie. I liked it. I think I you, it is basically the same movie as the first one, except now there's like two Twisters now, which okay, whatever. But I still think it was a good movie. I mean, there was nothing too special about it, but I still thought it was pretty entertaining. Uh, I think if you want just a movie to sit back and be entertained by, I think Twisters does that pretty well. Again, the soundtrack is pretty good. Uh, overall it's just a pretty good action movie. Well, I shouldn't say action, but it's literally just like the first one though. So if you watch the first one, you basically watched the second one. But I mean, I don't know how you can be all that creative with a movie about a tornado. That's just me, but I liked it enough. I thought it was pretty good. I think that's all the movies that we saw this year. There are, like I said, yeah. So this is everything that I saw this year. Wait, hold on. We didn't talk about Damsel. Damsel was I think came out in January. It should be on here. Oh wait, no. Did it come out in March? Hold on. Yeah, okay, yeah, Damsel right here. Um, just real quick, I didn't like this movie. It was pretty forgettable, like very forgettable. The only reason why I watched it was because of Millie Bobby Brown. I I literally can't tell you the plot of this movie though. I don't remember anything about this movie. I think there was a dragon. I'm pretty sure there was a dragon in this movie. That's it. it I it was okay. I think. What rating did I give it? 3. I'm sure that's probably the standard. Only reason why I watched it was because of Millie Bobby Brown. That's all I. The only reason why I watched it. But um, I think that's it. I think that's all the movies that we watched. I do wish I watched more. I do. I wish I got to Ghostbusters. I wish I got to Sonic, Craven. I wish we got to Wicked. There's still quite a few movies that I didn't get to this year, unfortunately. Um, next year, next year is next year is a stacked year for movies. I am very very excited for next year. I meant to type in movies. Next year is very hype for, though. I'm very excited. Next year we have um we got Dogman next year. We got Captain America: Brave New World. Mickey 17 comes out next year. The Accountant 2. Oh, I completely forgot that was coming out. Thunderbolts. I'm very excited for Thunderbolts next year. Final Destination. The new one comes out next year. Lilo and Stitch is the only live action Disney movie that I think is gonna be good. I'm actually unironically very excited for that movie. Karate Kid Legends, I'm probably gonna that I think that looks pretty good. Ballerina, the John Wick movie, looks pretty good. I'm very excited for the How to Train Your Dragon movie next year, live action. It looks so beautiful. I can't wait for that one. 28 years later, that trailer just came out. That looks pretty good. Megan 2. I didn't even know that was coming out next year. That's news to me. Jurassic World Rebirth. I'll probably watch that. Probably my most anticipated movie of next year, though, and they both come out within 2 weeks of each other, is Superman, DC, and the Fantastic Four. I am so hyped for both these movies. So excited. Especially Superman. Especially Superman. Hold on. We'll watch the trailer real quick for Superman. just to get a feel of this movie. Well, we gotta watch the trailer real quick. I am so hyped for this film. You guys have no idea. Let's just watch this trailer real quick. God, this alone is so good. Like, bro, that guitar, holy shit. Lois Clark. Crypto is what sold me on this, bro.
Home. Take me home.
I'm so
Superman.
I am so hyped for this movie, bro. So hyped. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I can't wait for this movie. For Superman. I can't. I'm still waiting for the Fantastic Four trailer too. I probably will do a reaction to that, but I can't wait for that movie. Oh, Nobody 2 comes out next year. I was literally just watching Nobody, the first one earlier. I really liked it. That's hype. And oh shit, both Insidious and Conjuring both come out within a week of each other. Huh, I didn't know that. Saw 11. That's hype. I think a new Predator movie comes out next year too. Pretty sure. Black Phone 2 comes out next year. Mortal Kombat 2. Yep, Predator Badlands comes out next year. Now You See Me 3. Wicked 2. Zootopia 2. FNAF 2. Hell yeah. Next year's a stacked year for movies. I'm excited. And I'm very excited for Superman, mostly. Very excited for Superman. But I do think that that's gonna be it for tonight, though. I don't have really anything else to talk about. I just wanted to sit here and rank these movies that I watched this year. I'm gonna try and make this a yearly thing. Every year, I think I'm gonna do this. I'm getting tired though. It's almost 1:30. Uh, Thank you everyone who watched. I hope you guys enjoyed my rankings. I'll definitely do more rankings in the future. Uh, I might even start making more videos again. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you everyone who watched tonight. I appreciate it. I'll probably I'll probably stream tomorrow night. I'll probably play something tomorrow night. We'll see though. Uh, I will catch you guys all later though. Peace out.